Marcia Cross came in as a guest star.
I played Kimberly Shaw, and I was actually hired to play opposite Michael Mancini.
She ended up having an affair with Michael and ruining my entire marriage.
Do you see this, Kimberly? This signifies something. A commitment, a trust, a bond between two people. Look, there's really no point in explaining now. If you'll excuse me, I have to get back to work.
It all went downhill from there.
Kimberly always had these really memorable storylines.
Kimberly brought an unpredictability to the show.
There was always that desperate insanity underneath everything she did.
Kimberly was nuts.
Certainly one of my favorite plot lines that we did on the show was Kimberly kidnapping the baby and making it her own.
I came to get my baby like we planned.
Kimberly!
She steals the baby.
Kimberly! Kimberly!
And screaming and yelling.
Kimberly! What are you doing?
And she's breastfeeding my baby.
Mommy's here. I'm here, honey. I'm right here.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
It was just creepy and sadistic.
That was so sick. God, she was sick.
She was so believable. She could really creep you out because she's just so good.
I often see babies now, and I look at them lustfully, and then I have to turn away just for fear somebody will remember and think I'm about to snatch their little child away.
One of the most outrageous moments was when Michael and Kimberly had a little too much to drink. He proposed. All right! I'll marry you! And they promptly crashed.
I was talking to one of the writers, and I said, you know, we just can't let her die.
Michael? It's Kimberly. She's dead, isn't she? It happened this morning.
I remember saying distinctly, you know, if it's a soap opera, nobody's ever dead. And they go, what do you mean? I go, well, they always come back to life.
Kimberly came back from the dead.
I've come back to claim what's mine, and you're the first thing on my list.
So she hooks back up with Michael.
I'll be back, okay?
Afterwards, she goes into the bathroom with a terrible headache.
The wig scene, I think, is just shocking when she pulls it off and has that giant scar.
It just startled you. It was the most frightening thing. You just couldn't speak for like 5 minutes.
Whenever I see Marcia, it's hard not to picture the scar, like right there. And sometimes I peek and just to make sure.
I had no idea that was going to be such a big deal. I'm sure, you know, when I'm 80, they'll be going...
You just keep thinking, we can't do any better than this. I think it was a case of, we've got to outdo what we did last year. This season ender has to be better.
Let me go. I'm gonna call the cops.
What? Didn't you tell them I'm making a bomb? I don't think so.
Blowing up the building was just a natural evolution of where Kimberly was going, and this kind of like, you know, ultimate crazy act.
It's not what it looks like.
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
It's worse.
No!
And it was just like this crazy scene. What are the chances of that happening?
Oh my God.
That was taking it pretty far. I mean, where are we going to live now, you know? On Melrose Avenue in the gutter.
Melrose became more and more campy or had more and more black comedy to it.
It's burned in my memory forever when we had Jack Wagner in an operating room.
Yeah, I guess I was going to give him a lobotomy.
Now, as you know, Mr. Peters, we'll be doing a temporal lobotomy. The anesthesia we've given you will allow you to remain awake. You won't feel any pain. But I will get the distinct pleasure of seeing that manipulative little light in your eyes as it goes out for the very last time.
It was both absurd and over the top.
It was just an image where I went, what have we done?
They wanted craziness. They wanted sex. They wanted insane asylums. Because that's ultimately where we all belong anyway.
There was nothing that Kimberly couldn't be at that point. She was Franken bitch.
That's the best I've ever seen on television. It really is.